Coast Earth Movers. Brett Harris is your local earth moving expert specialising in plenty. Don't worry about that. Lion Nathan, they're throwing a fair bit of beer across the bar down there. Matson Motors, Neil's Parts Australia, bringing you the only header demo derby in the country, which will be a little bit later as we go trackside. Ivan now heading out on track. He hasn't had a great run of it so far today. This bloke is gotten around that right-hand corner. It's the first time he's done it in a couple of laps. So now into the Spitwater roundabout. Now this is qualifying round number 3 for the International Group A category. So Ivan Safranek has gone the wrong way. He's not having a good run of it. He's up and down like Siamese twins on a trampoline. Just cannot get this right. The first 2 qualifying runs, he's parked it up. The 3rd qualifying run, he has gone wrong way and he looks completely and utterly lost. I don't know that he's going to get it back from there. Probably decided to err on the side of caution, and maybe the boat has actually switched off as well. Just waiting for, yes, the boat has definitely switched off, so that's not a good start for qualifying round number 3. Just waiting for these guys to put their hand up for our safety crew to go to them. If you're watching some of the other activities around this fantastic facility here in Keith, and you missed out on some of the action earlier this morning, we've had plenty of rescues. The rescue jet ski has been put to a lot of work throughout the course of today so far. Jeremy Kincaid in the Rogue in his first run out on the track turned the boat upside down, both driver and navigator upside down, strapped into their 5-point safety harnesses, the helmets, the neck braces, all the safety equipment that is intrinsic to V8 jet sprint racing, and the safety crew got to their aid very quickly. They came out of the boat A-OK. A little bit dirty, a little bit grubby, probably breathed a little bit too much water. They did report that there was no fish in the bottom of the pond, so there'll be no fishing rods in the jet sprint track by the end of the night. But unfortunately, they hydraulicked the engine, plenty of water in it. They ran it back into town, took a few mechanics with them, had category and has been doing a splendiferous job out of the water each and every time he gets out there. His partner, Lisa Opp, is the Navigator eases it off into that right-hander, into a little bit of a washing machine. Now you can see the washing machine, the white water heading up into that part of the track. That is going to get people unstuck as they start putting the power down. Ben Hathaway now down the back straight from commentary under the split timing. The split was pretty good at a 35.621. So Ben Hathaway looks like the water level in here has increased significantly. This could throw a few cats amongst the pigeons. And Ben Hathaway and Lisa Rops, a bit knifey coming towards the finish line. And Ben Hathaway there with a 52.889. That just been tickling it on at the moment so far today. And as has been suggested in this very tight Keith track, it has been suggested that it'll be the smart driver that wins, not necessarily the fastest boat. So you'd have to suggest that Brad Marsden is certainly going about that the right way. He hasn't cracked below 60 seconds as yet, but it is a game of attrition. Oh, he's gone wide. Oh, I thought he was over the island there. I thought he was going to come unstuck. That boat was only millimetres away from getting caught out. Geez, I tell you what, Chris, that one had me a little bit frightened there. I predicted that he was going to get out of the water there.
Mate, I heard the gravel crunching under the front end of that thing as he hit the bank.
Yeah, there'll be certainly a little bit of damage. The split at a 44, obviously way down on where he wants to be at the moment, but still rotating, got the course direction right, and he'll be working on times a little bit as it's going. But now Brad Marsden into that finish line, and a time of 65.288.
Just here with Brett, just got back in obsessed. Mate, you were going around really confidently and then you just got off it that little bit.
Well, I didn't hit the bank this time, though.
No, good tidy run, but mate, you'll be winding it up from there, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, mate. Yeah.
All right, good stuff, mate.
All right, so it should be just waiting for the boat with Brad Marsden transformer to get back into the finish chute just down there, just to get him back up onto the trailer. Having a look down here, it'll be Justin Roylance in the Spitwater vessel. Spitwater, great sponsors here at Keith. And, well, to give you a bit of an idea, ladies and gentlemen, some of these boats will go from 0 to 130 kilometres an hour in about 1.8 seconds, 2.8 Gs of lateral force on takeoff into the back of the seat. Justin Roylance, the man from Forbes in New South Wales. Peter Hodge doing the navigational duties. Roylo in a brand new boat, brand new hull, brand new engine. Usually takes a little bit of time for these guys and girls to get these boats set up. And Roylo just bouncing it out. Same sort of thing that happened with Jody Eli in the Rampage boat coming out of the Spitwater Donut. Now up the back chute into this right-hander, gave himself plenty of room, opened up that apex in a very big way. Now find your way through here. This is the trick part. Down now towards the commentary, back to the other side of the track. Don't get too lost there. So Roylo into the split for the first time. He's on a 39.960. Oh, got the boat way out of the water. Very heavy on the steering wheel there. You can see the sort of power that these boats have, just raw power. Compressing the water in the jet unit. Roylo will just tickle it now, opens it up a little bit towards the finish there, and he'll be happy with that, a 58.394. So Justin Roylance there, Peter Hodge doing the navigational duties, Spitwater, Penrite, Roylance's Forbes, Smash, SB Tools, signs you there, and JRE, the sponsors on board the Spitwater vessel. As Mark Garlic in the Grumpy machine, coming off the trailer now. 22-year-old hull. It's a tough tack hull. In fact, I think that Noah might have built this particular hull before the 40 days and 40 nights of rain. So Garlo coming under starters orders now. Rachel Parsons doing the navigational duties for Breakaway Marine, Automate Spares, Noosaville Smash Repairs, Douglas Signs and Noosa Radiators. The old Grumpy, he launched out of the line. That'll cost him plenty of time. That will have lost him at least about 1.8 seconds on that start, and that is not what you want to be doing. So Garlo, you can see Rachel Parsons, her head bobbling around in the navigator's seat. So now as this saline water starts to get white and frothy, it'll make it even harder for these drivers and navigators to see where they're going. Garlo has got the old kangaroo out. This thing is porpoising. Flipper hasn't done so many jumps in the water. So Garlow now lines it up. This is this little wiggle and a wobble up that back part of the track there. He's costing a few people plenty of water over the bow there. That would have got into the visors. And the breakaway marine with Mark Garlick in a 57.409 puts him into P4. Ben Hathaway still by far the clear leader in qualifying. Harriman now with Sammy Leonard coming understarters orders for Aquabar and Cafe and the Pink Boots Foundation. And Harriman in his first run of the day stuck it up on the dirt. Got himself a little bit lost during qualifying 2, qualifying 3. They are going to hope that this is going to be a better run. Oh, massively knifed it really hard on the left-hander there. And that nearly got him up onto the barrels that are protecting the track from being washed away from the massive amount of water being pumped out of these jet units. Greg Harriman now across the little bit of a wiggle and a wobble up the back straight there, across the top. Now down the back straight proper, coming into this split area. Sammy Leonard, you can just see her popping her hand up when it's required. Harriman really wide. How's he going to hang on to it? He did. Oh, I'll tell you what, only their dry cleaners are going to know how close to mud that was. Oh, he's gone up on the bank again. Oh, Greg Harriman. Wow, what a run, ladies and gentlemen. 58.530. He hit the barrels, he hit the tyres, he hit the dirt. I'll tell you what, he must have thought that all these parts of the dirt were a genie, and the more he rubbed them, something positive might come out and grant him 3 bloody wishes.
He hit everything he could out there then.
I'll tell you what, that was a bit of bang, walla walla bing bang. I dare say the navigator Sammy Leonard would have thought she was in the middle of a pinball machine during that run. That wasn't the prettiest run we've ever seen. In fact, it was about as ugly as Les Patterson, I think, that particular run. He stuck it up on the dirt. Oh, Greg, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a Bronx cheer.
Oh, Grumpy trying to get his motor cooled down here. Doing a lot of revving, a lot of idling on the trailer.
Yeah, righto. That's interesting. You normally don't see that. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to step up to the Unlimited Superboats. This particular vessel, Excalibur, at the hands of Tony Gustozzi. One of the exciting machines, one of the exciting drivers. This has got 900 horsepower. Damien O'Leary is doing the navigational duties. And Gustoz has the second fastest time of the day.
Just a really quick one here with Mark before Gustoz goes out, mate. That was wild.
It was a wild run. The jet unit wasn't hooking up, and I think we got something in there, so we go and have a look at it.
Righto, mate.
All right, all eyes to the track. Tony Gustozzi, Excalibur Racing, launching off the line. Have a look at this, into that right-hander, full noise. Now into the Spitwater roundabout. Damien O'Leary doing the navigational duties. Gustoz looking very, very comfortable, very, very confident. This boat absolutely... Oh, no! Oh, no! Stozzy! Spanned it out. Bing, bang, you're out.
Just before we talk about that, Cav, I'll quickly put the mic in front of Greg Harriman in Pink Boots. Mate, I reckon you hit everything that was out there to hit.
Once I hit the first one, I tell you what, it throws you off. But yeah, no, I still wanted to get that lap through, but I didn't think I'd hit another 2 lots. But anyway, it drove through them.
Mate, you even hit something coming home in the bloody idling.
Yeah, no, 4 hits, so I should play for Australia shortly.
You'll be right from now on, mate. You got them all out of the way.
Yeah, no, the boat's feeling good, so it's just getting it through your head now. And yeah, you go a bit late, and that's the consequences.
All right, Greg.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony Gustozzi and Damien O'Leary just parked up there on the bank, as you can see, and our rescue crew doing a fantastic job. And indeed, when Rogue went over earlier upside down, the drivers strapped him there. The rescue crew got him out, and you can see that they're working very, very hard indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, give Tony Gustozzi a big round of applause.
Mate, you can certainly see how quickly he can become a passenger in one of these things, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It's only a couple of inches. And what happened there is, as Gustoz was coming towards commentary, he turned in just a little bit too early, by around about a metre too early. And that was enough to clip the inside of the island, and you saw the outcome of that. He was very lucky for it not to have dug in and then spat him out, turned him upside down. So Tony Gustozzi would have caused a little bit of damage to the bottom of the boat, but they won't be overly concerned about it. We've got a few of our safety crew down there just sort of wondering what's going on, so they'll come back up here and give us a little bit of information. Who have you got down there to have a chat to, Chris?
Mate, I'm just here with Mick, but that was certainly going to be a hot lap, wasn't it, Mick?
Yeah, it's going well, but looked like you turned it in a bit too early and doesn't work too well on the dirt.
So Mick, B driver, mate, always hard sharing a boat because the other bloke's got to look after it, and you're standing here, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm very happy that it didn't go upside down.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse the way that was going, wasn't it?
That's right, would have been worse.
All right, mate, we hope it's all good.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah, it's always good when we see the boat coming back to the trailer without too many problems. Hey, Chris, I was actually speaking to a mate of mine the other day, and he said that he's been seeing twins, and I said, oh yeah, how do you manage that, mate? How do you tell them apart? He said, it's pretty easy. A few posts on the corners here, just so that we can sort of see, the drivers can sort of have a bit of a rough idea as to where the apexes of the corners are. Always pretty important to be able to see where you're going, as you could very well imagine.
I've just quickly got Tony here, mate. You jumped out of the boat, you're fairly animated. What do you got to say about that, Tone?
No, I was going all right until we got to there. But it's just, I think there's a lot of water in there and you couldn't see the corner. And so just clipped it and off we went.
Off you went, all right, but no, mate, it was going to be a very, very good run. You were making good time, and that's all. Doesn't take much to become a passenger, does it?
That's it.
Good on you, mate. I'm just looking at the boat too, Cav. I think they got away with murder there. I don't think there's even a bloomin' dent in the thing.
That is phenomenal, because going across the island, the way they did sideways and sort of spinning usually does a little bit of damage to the underneath of the boat, and as soon as you start damaging the underneath of it, the strakes, the fins, and all the componentry under there that helps the boat stay in the water, you could be in all sorts of trouble. Where the intake grill is under there, ladies and gentlemen, you can also occasionally, when those things get ripped out, it makes it very, very hard indeed as well, because you can suck up a rock, goes into the impellers. The impellers are exactly the same as propellers, except they are inside a casing. This sport originated in New Zealand many, many years ago in the low fjord rivers over there, and then the Aussies brought it over here. We did purpose-built tracks exactly like the one that you are sitting at the moment. And wow, this sport is just absolutely phenomenal. Some of these guys and girls in a change of direction on the track will be experiencing G-forces up to 7 Gs. So if you don't understand what a G-force is, say you weigh 100 kilos, and if you have 2 Gs on you, your body mass weighs 200 kilos. So when these guys and girls are all of a sudden getting 7 G-forces on them, that's 7 times the weight. And all very exciting. Teddy Seguda's 510 cubic inches of fury. This boat produces 900 horsepower. Ted Seguda's launching off the line. Frankenstein is the name of the boat. Braden Munro is doing the navigational duties, and this is an A and B driven boat with Ted the A driver, brother Derek the B driver, and this is going to be pretty exciting. These guys certainly don't mind throwing the boats around. We're getting into qualifying 3 at the moment. We have one more qualifying round after this, and it's then the last chance to dance. It'll be the top 12, then we'll go sudden death to top 6. Teddy on a flyer into the first split. Oh, caught a bit of the barrel on the way through that time. The split wasn't bad at the 36.705. Now easing across the top of the track, as we're seeing a lot of drivers do. Really wind it up, get the lacquer bands. Oh, he knifed it into that finish chute. Thought that was going to turn ugly at a 53.915 there for Ted Segudas. Well, I'll tell you what, that was not a bad run at all, and Teddy will be pretty happy with that. As he came in towards the finish line, and the two poles that are just opposite commentary at the channel at the bottom part of the track, that is where it picks up the timing loop. As he came in towards there, it looked a little bit ugly. Lucky to get away with that. Tremaine Dukes now in the Maniac Twin Turbo, 478 cubic inches, 1,400 horsepower when he launches it off the line. TJ has not had a great run in the first two qualifying rounds. He has not posted a time. This is what he needs to do now, is just to get a time so that he can qualify when it comes to the eliminations. You can hear, you can feel the power when he puts his foot into it. It's got a 9.5-inch jet unit poking out the back of it. That is thousands of litres of water coming out of the back of the jet unit. And TJ will open it up just a little bit through here into the nut. That tightens it up. The left, the right. Now up the back chute. Keep it in the water, TJ. You need to be able to qualify. One qualifying time will be enough to see you progress into the eliminations, TJ. And he'll be happy with that with a 50.430. It's getting hot, ladies and gentlemen.
Just here with Teddy, mate. Teddy Segalis just got back in Frankenstein. Mate, a moment, I thought, coming down through the finish line here for the first time and then having to cut hard left there. You were looking untidy.
Yeah, it's getting really tight through there. We've tried different lines, but I think we've got it. Just got to go a little bit smoother through there, but the rest of the track I think I've done all right.
Yeah, mate, no, it looked pretty tidy, and, you know, Teddy fashion is you throw it and bash it, well, not bash it, but throw it about, and it's exciting racing, but you get the results.
If you're not touching it, you're not getting the feel for it.
That's pretty right, mate.
I tell you what, Maniac with TJ there just posted the fastest time of the day, and I think if you have a look at the telemetry and the average throttle trace, that would have been somewhere around 45%. So TJ just putting the Maniac back up onto the trailer. So these boats, if you stuck them inside an Olympic-sized swimming pool, they will empty that Olympic-sized swimming pool in a matter of minutes, literally. The amount of water coming out of these jet units is absolutely phenomenal. As Paul Burgess in the daily transport machine, this guy's hands hang well over the steering wheel. Have a look at how hard he will work the steering wheel to get this aging hull around the track. Matt Foote doing the navigational duties. You can see Matt's hand out there, the navigator, pointing out to Paul Burgess where he's got to go. Paul Burgess has been absolutely wrestling the daily transport machine, absolutely everywhere at the moment, really working very, very hard to keep it on the water. So Paul Burgess looking pretty good at the moment, picked the right channel through there. Now into the washing machine, that'll unsettle the boat. The right-hander got a little bit of porpoising happening. So Paul Burgess, this boat produces 1,100 horsepower. The split well down on where he needs to be. He's out to a 41. Having a little bit of trouble seeing through commentary now. Big, massive plume of water from TJ from the 9.5-inch jet unit, through plenty of water out of his car. Oh! Burjo bangs it up on the bank, puts his foot into it on the end of the run, and a 61.261. So he was lucky not for that to go any worse. Chris.
Mate, just here with TJ, back in Maniac. Honestly, TJ, that was pretty to watch. The boat looked good, set up well, and that 9.5-inch pump, that is just something.
Yeah, I tell you what, it looks up when it's running well, but we haven't had the best today, so I'm very happy with that run. But I'll tell you what, there's some hard work out there. Those corners are coming up quick. It's very tight up that top corner, so it should get interesting by the end of today.
Yeah, mate, and I'm just predicting first sub 50.
Yeah, look, sometimes you can drive a lot harder. You don't get much more on the clock, so that one felt good. So we'll just keep it comfortable, mate, and keep on pushing.
All right, mate.
Daryl Hutton out on track for Victorian American Imports. the supercharged 400 cubic inch Chevy, producing 1200 horsepower, nutsy really wide around the Spitwater roundabout. This is a brand new package, and they've had a lot of trouble getting this boat set up over the last couple of meetings. Last night during a couple of practice rounds, he got it up on the dirt, ripped the intake grill from underneath the boat, bent the strakes, which is what helps the boat corner. So Daryl Hutton in his first run today wasn't too bad. The boat behaving like an absolute king at the moment. Cannot get it settled at all. You can see how it is just not handling the way that Daryl Hutton would like it to. He's well off the power, well off the pace where he'd like to be. He'd like to be running this boat at around about 6,500 revs, and it's just nowhere near it. Opens it up, the big supercharger for the final run for the line on that lap, and he's blown it out to a 61. Daryl Hutton and Mick Parry and the team from Victorian American Imports certainly going to have to do a lot of work if they want to be featuring at the end of the day up at the top end of the podium.
Just here with Paul Burgess, just back in the Daly transport boat. Mate, a couple of big breaths when you got back here and were sitting waiting for me, but a few moments out there then.
Yeah, got to have the moments that makes you think you've got to go, so a little bit nudged a few tyres, but I think the time is pretty good, but I haven't seen the time yet, so we're keen to have a look.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad on the time, mate, but a good run all the same.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so Daryl Hutton won't be overly joined with that one. Chris will get a bit of a chat to Nutsy and see how he's thinking about how this is working for him, as we now see Nigel Johnson and Michelle Johnson, boat 55, Ocean Whaler Marine, all the way over from Perth, over from WA, wait a while, because that's what WA stands for, wait a while. They're all pretty slow over there. I'll say that quietly because Chris Kent is from Western Australia.
Don't worry, mate. I was listening.
No, whoops. I thought you were busy. You weren't meant to be hearing that. Nigel Johnson now. So Nigel Johnson, the man on the water at the moment, been racing for some 11 years, multiple Western Australian champion. And, this Stinger hull looking fantastic at the moment. A little bit wide around that right-hander coming back towards commentary. He spat it out last time out. Was lucky not to have done any damage to the bottom of the boat. Nigel Johnson, an experienced campaigner, easing it into the tricky parts of the track, opening it up where he knows he's got a little bit of room, a bit of runoff. Oh, no, he's just got it up on the dirt. Been in there a little bit early. That nearly cost him plenty. He's gone the wrong way, and now he's got to work out where he is on the track. Nigel Johnson has gone the wrong track rotation. He needs to work out how he's going to get back there. I dare say he's going to bring that back to the trailer. Yep, he has gone the wrong way and just couldn't get his head back around of where he really needed to be on the race course. The trouble...
Just here with Nutsy, mate. The American Automotive, mate, you've got your hand full out there, that's all I can say.
No, it's not an enjoyable ride, Chris, I tell you, mate. It's, I think we're hitting quite a few things there, and the wash just gets that unsettled. And it likes the throttle, but the throttle makes it too fast, and I won't make the next corner.
Yeah, that's the trouble with this track, isn't it, mate? You just cannot get down those big horses and get it to stick to the water.
Nah, not at all, mate. Yeah, like I need the throttle to make it to create the suction to hold it in the water, but it just generates too much speed.
And you were just telling me you're going to throw somebody else in, B-Drive?
Yeah, it's Spider Roberts. His boat got drowned last night, and they haven't been able to get the parts here. Done a lift, they can follow it, and they've been trying to get some out late this morning, and they can't get it. So he threw the lifeline to us last year and gave us his boat. Just actually gave me his boat for no reason to go and race it, which I ended up winning the series, which gave us second overall for the series. Ended up winning that race on that day. So we've got to give it back to him. We're going to give him a dud boat. It's not going to handle very good. And the tall bastard can only just fit in it with his legs wrapped around its neck. But we'll give him a shot, and hopefully he can get some points out of it and try and stay somewhere in the season.
Good stuff, Nutsy. And mate, hang in there.
Thanks, Chris.
Righto. Daniel Devoid out on track at the moment. Vicky Burrell doing the navigational duties. This is a brand new twin turbo package for Daniel and Vicky. Mother-in-law and son-in-law. Got it stuck up on the dirt. Plenty of water over the bow. Bing, bang. Stop it right there. She ain't going no further. Yeah, Daniel Devoid, Vicky Burrell parked it up there, came too wide around that left-hander, got up on the barrels, and it threw the bow of the boat in. Plenty of water up into the face of driver and navigator, and they did not have much other option. Once the vision cleared, they were pointing straight at the dirt, but you saw the navigator, Vicky Burrell, still pointing Daniel in the right direction. She was hoping it wasn't all over.
Mate, I'm way up the back of the pitch, so I can't hear or see you, but just with Nigel Johnson, all the way from WA. Mate, bit of bank time and then lost.
Yeah, no, my sonny's come up overhead and I was trying to pull him down and sort of lost concentration about where I was and got a bit of up, so that was a bit frustrating. I've since
got rid of them there, mate, but navigator's fault or?
Yeah, no, navigator. She didn't buy me those sunnies.
Well, mate, let's see you back out there.
Right. Hey, Chris, once you get into hearing range, we might not get you too far back out into the pits. It was starting to break up a little bit out there, but always good to know that the navigator is always at fault. Ramjet Racing with Fonzie Mullen was down on the ramp, and all of a sudden that has now been taken off the ramp at the moment. So very interesting stuff going out there. Chris, do you reckon you might be able to get a chat with Fonzie Mullen as to why the Ramjet machine has come off the ramp? But our next boat to face the starter will be a Group A boat. This will be the B driver of Hugh Gilchrist. Hugh, relatively new to the sport. And, he hasn't had a lot of luck here so far this weekend. He's stuck it up on the dirt. He's had a wrong way. He's stuck it up on the dirt. And let's hope that the Pink Boots Foundation vessel can get this sorted a hell of a lot better than what they have. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you enjoying the Keith Diesel and Dirt Derby? Well, the Diesel and Dirty Water Dirty as well. So, come on, you can do better than that. Are you having a good time? That is much, much better. There is so much action on here. During that short break that we had, I had a quick run around, and what a fantastic effort from everybody involved to put this day on, and well supported by you, the public. I had a steak sandwich from the JCB bar over there a little bit earlier, and without a word of a lie, it is the best steak sandwich I have ever had, and I'm quite like me steak sangers. I've even had King Island steak sangers, and they reckon they're good. These are better. So seriously, if you're a little bit peckish, get up there and have the best steak sandwich you will ever have. I don't know what they do to the cows around here to make them so good, but whatever they're doing, you blokes are onto it. So make sure you don't get dehydrated as well. We don't want that dehydration creeping in, giving you the headaches. The headaches will come tomorrow morning. Of course, don't forget to throw the slap on. Plenty of food, plenty of vendors, plenty of action. So just waiting for Daniel Devoid to get up onto the trailer. I'll just throw a little bit of music on for a second while we just reset. Wait for Hugh Gilchrist to get out on track and see if we can find out what happened with Fonzie Mullen. All right, Hugh Gilchrist coming out on the track at the moment. Scotty Krause doing the navigational duties. So Hugh just hasn't been able to quite nail this track here so far today for the the pink boots eye, the pink boots foundation. Let's hope that he can get this sorted. Oh, that jet unit, there's some weird water coming up there. I think he's actually pushing this uphill. That does not look right at all to me. The water coming up the back of the transom there. A little bit interesting, just trying to catch what's going on there. Yeah, there is water coming out in weird places. I wouldn't be surprised if the reverse bucket comes down on this boat and we see it getting buried. Just all sorts of problems with that jet unit. Of course, Hugh Gilchrist got no idea that that is what is going on at all in any way, shape or form at the moment. So Scott Krause doing the navigational duties, and maybe the way that this jet unit is operating and thwarting the forward progression of this boat is actually working quite well for Hugh. How he's actually managing to keep this thing in the water at the moment is absolutely beyond me. But, oh no, he's not kept it in the water. That was the commentator's curse. Absolutely smacked it.
I don't know, Kevy, you got to keep those opinions of yours to yourself. You've put far too many curses on some of these boats.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know what it came from. You know what I think it's actually come from? Last night in the hotel, great hotel, sleeping there, I didn't get a good night's sleep. You know what it was? I think I was too close to the Holy Bible there. I think that was what was going on. I was cursing all my demons, and now I'm passing the curses on to the guys on the track. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, just no sitting on the hay bales around the track, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Well, if you fall off there and land on your head, we don't really want to have to put you into the sad taxi, which is, as we know, the ambulance. But Hugh Gilchrist parked it up on the far side of the bank. We've got merchandise for sale down there at the JCB bar as well. There's shirts, T-shirts, hats, stubby holders, all sorts of stuff down there. And looks like Hugh coming back to the trailer under his own power. Chris, just run, see if you can get a quick interview with you and see what went on there, mate.
Yeah, well, mate, how's the crowd? Isn't it a ripper day?
So I think one of the interesting things coming out of this, the Victorian American Imports vessel of Daryl Hutton. Daryl Hutton is actually going to lend his boat to Glenn Spider Roberts, who, they hydraulic their engine yesterday. Aaron Hansen, who was driving that boat at the time, buried the boat and caused a lot of water ingress into the engine of Spider's vessel. So Nutsy very, very kindly has said, you know, Spider, come and co-drive my boat. Well, we've seen how Nutsy's boat's handling at the moment, so I don't know if it's a good thing. Chris Kent, you got Hugh down there?
Yeah, mate, I got Hugh here. Mate, you've been racing one season and you get confronted by a track like this. You must be annoyed.
Yeah, it's certainly a challenge. I'm just going to keep trying and eventually we'll get it, I think.
Eventually, mate, but you were getting around there. You were looking tidy, you were looking good. It was only right at the end there that you muffed it.
I'm really having a lot of fun, so that's what it's about.
That is what it's about, Hugh. No, well done, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, so going back to what was going on with Nutsy and Spider Roberts, that'll be pretty interesting because, as Nutsy said, the boat not handling very well, but it gives Spider the opportunity to continue on for the Australian season and carry on points in the overall championship. This will be Derek Sagidis, the brother of Ted. This is an A and B driven boat. So the 360degreebolt.com now on the water. We can see that Mick Carroll in Excalibur, that is also an A and B driven boat, is coming down onto the ramp as well. But first it will be Desi Sagidis. He was second in the world in the Group A category a number of years ago, has won an Australian championship, has not had it all his own way over the last course of a couple of years, but this time out he is going to have a good run. Don't you worry about that. Desi Sagidis, 360degreebolt.com. The boat is Frankenstein. The navigator is Mitch Malthouse, one of the locals here. Got the opportunity to get in the silly seat. And, Desi's starting to open it up now. into the white water. It's almost like the surf coast in there. So Desi Saguna still just tickling it at the moment, not throwing all the power at it at the moment. Into the left-right combination, you saw the boat lift its bow right out of the water at 36.060 was the split. Not too bad, lost him in the wall of water up there. Desi Sagunas now in the run for home. Oh, this is going to be a reasonable time. 52.615, Desi Sagunas into P2. And 1.3 seconds quicker than his brother Ted.
To the Riverland Field Days.
Big thing was he looked pretty comfortable while he did that too, mate.
Yeah, he certainly wasn't under any duress there at all. He'll certainly be breathing heavy, no doubt about that. But yeah, certainly didn't look like he was out of control or struggling with the handling of the boat. So he'll be very happy with that run, very smooth indeed. As we now go down to one Mick Carroll. So Mick Carroll, if you ever Google Mick Carroll jet boat crash, you'll see that this bloke, well, he can get a boat going. So Excalibur Racing, the last time this boat we saw it getting rescued was at the helm of Tony Gustozzi. Mick Carroll won't be going out super fast in this particular run. He'll be just testing to see what damage Tony did. Now he's starting to dial the wick up. Now he's starting to move the boat. So plenty of action out there on the track. Oh no, Mick Carroll, bing, bang, you're out.
Mate, it sounded like the lights went out then.
Yeah, certainly did.
Tell you what, mate, I'll just grab Derek while we got a moment. Mate, you're well and truly out of breath here, mate.
Yeah, there's a bit of work out there, but seemed to go right. Getting that back straight, sort of, well, the top end fixed up now, so just, yeah, get it go a bit faster and make it through to the top 6 and 3.
Yeah, mate, no, I just said to Cavi, I said you went out there and you looked comfortable with that run and you certainly improved the time by a chunk, so good stuff.
It just shows sometimes when you go out and you smooth it out, it's actually faster, and even though you don't push it as hard, it's actually a faster run.
All right, mate, I'll let you go and get your breath back.
Where would you be without sound? And where would your event be without Robbie Sound? Here in the festival state, people use Robbie Sound for the best in sound hire, sales and installation. From Port Lincoln's Tunerama to the Riverland Field Days to Adelaide's Norwood Christmas Pageant and even your school sports day. Choose professional service and the latest equipment from the sound people you can trust. How does that sound? Call Robbie's Sound 0407 39 77 24. Robbie's sounds good to me.
All right, we're going to take a short break at the moment as we effect the rescue of the Excalibur machine. We have just about, we've still got Fonzie Mullen in the Ramjet machine and Glenn Spider Roberts in the Victorian Automotive Import just to round out qualifying round at number 3. It'll take a couple of minutes to get the Excalibur vessel onto the ute. And ladies and gentlemen, if you see the bloke in the back of the ute there just heading out to rescue the boat, his name is Ivan. We call him the Russian. He was in a boat that travelled 95 metres in the air with Mick Carroll, who's parked up over there with the safety crew, was the Russian. And the Russian's mum said, well, that's enough, young man, you're not allowed to go racing anymore. Now, if you see the Russian around the place, say good day to him, remind him that his mum stopped him from going racing because he gets highly embarrassed about that, and he asked me not to tell anybody.
Mate, him and Mick, they're the only people to do aerobatics in a jet sprint boat.
Yeah, it certainly was massive. We'll just take a short break. We'll be back in just a second once we get this boat rescued. So might be an opportunity to grab yourself a quick beverage and check out what else is going on. But we've got one more qualifier after the next couple of boats, and then we are going to go eliminations. G'day, we've got a lost young lady, or a lady that is lost, young boy, sorry, and their name, Sully, righto. If you see Sully cruising around, would you mind bringing them over to the JCB bar? Right, okay, so I'll turn the microphone off. Let's get some proper information because this isn't working very well. All right, so he's parked up at the moment, the young fella, and he's behind the Spitwater Tower over there. So if you're looking after Sully, just cruise over there, pick him up. He's sort of just a bit lost and a little bit wandering, and well, somebody give him an ice cream as well or something as well along the way, hey? We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're just waiting for our rescue crew just to get back to their spots at the moment, and we'll be back underway with racing. Fonzie Mullen in the Ramjet machine sitting on the ramp at the moment. So TJ's got the quickest time of the day at the moment with a 50.430. So Fonzie, multiple Australian champion, back to back to back to back to back 4 times. So I'm not sure if I just said 5, but anyway, with all this activity here today, it has been so far it has been absolutely sensational. And now, next boat to face the starter, as I said, will be Fonzie Mullen in the Ramjet. Then we've got Glenn Spider Roberts coming out in the Victorian American Imports machine. And Spider, well, you don't call bloke Spider unless they're about 6'7", and that's about what he is. So they had to shoehorn Spider into the number 28 boat. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that's going to roll out for the rest of the day. And as we know, it's not handling all that well. But Fonzie Mullen now, Kelsey Gill. These guys, way back a couple of years ago, second in the world in New Zealand at the World Championships, 4-time Australian champions. Fonzie Mullen likes to go fast for GM Motorsport and Ramjet Cold Air Induction. Fonzie straight to the top of the track at breakneck speed. There was 2.8 lateral G-forces on the telemetry taking off the line. Kelsey Gill will be sitting on her hands. Fonzie Mullen got the full fighter pilot breathing apparatus going on there and looking great. Fonzie Mullen now just into this tight, tricky little bit. Eases it off, opens it up now. Into the split. Where's he looking for the split? Really good. 33 on the split. Got the boat airborne from the left-right combination. Fonzie Mullen is on a flyer. Will this be sub 50? Fonzie Mullen now across the line. 49.204. That is quick time. Ho, ho, ho. Ladies and gentlemen, if this doesn't make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, you might want to go to the doctor because you could be dead.
Hey, mate, we won a bottle of wine too.
Oh, we did indeed. So, what a run. Well, now Glenn Spider Roberts in a boat that he's not handling the best. So where will Spider go to from here? He will be very, very gentle. All right, so Glenn Spider Roberts will be going very, very gently out there at the moment. All he wants to do is get the track rotation right. This is effectively his first drive on the track today, or it is his first drive on the track today. He did one practice lap. Oh no, Spider has parked it up on the beach. We are going to get somebody out there to help you right now, Spider.
Just got the Fonzie here, mate. Fonz, sub 50.
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Sub 50, I'll say it again.
Oh, you're lucky, mate. TJ put one down, so it's better to show him who's boss at the moment, mate.
No, mate, I can just say one thing. Man, you can drive a boat.
Oh, I have, mate. I won 4 championships in a row and multiple second in the world, so I'm no mug.
No mug at all, but no, great lap, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, just to announce that somebody has left their insulin pack at the Jet Sprint merchandise marquee, which is near the JCB bar there. So if you're looking for your insulin pack, you might want to go back there to the merchandise stand. While you're there, pick up a t-shirt, stubby holder, hat, pick up all the merchandise that is available there as well. Round 3 of the Australian Formula Jet Sprint Association will be in Griffith in New South Wales on the 15th of April. That will be a day-night race. Always exciting watching these boats under lights. Don't worry about that. Round 4 will be at the Tweed Coast on the 27th and 28th of May. The 26th and 27th of August also on the Tweed Coast. Tomorrow, 23rd of September. And the season finals on the Tweed Coast on the 28th and 29th of October.
Mate, just jump in. I've just had some people come to me. The merchandise counter over there that you were just talking about, somebody has left their insulin pack there, and they're a bit worried that whoever it is may be looking for it shortly, and So anybody who's done that, go grab it.
Yep, get down there. You don't want to be short of that sort of stuff. So, Glenn Spider Roberts is not having a very good weekend at all of racing. The engine was hydraulic yesterday after it took a massive swim, and he's just got in there and parked that boat up on the dirt, so he's only got one more chance to qualify before the eliminations. So, Spider sitting on the bow of the boat, and that's not the way you want to finish a lap, sipping pina coladas on the foredeck of a jet sprint boat on the way back to the pits, sucking in the fumes from the jet ski.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Also, a bit of an update, Ivan, in the Katana boat. We saw him come off the course there before. He actually sucked up a chunk of one of the blue drums, and it locked up the jet unit, so that was his excuse for coming off the track, which is a fairly good excuse.
Yeah, I think that we'll actually let him get away with that one. We won't hang too much terrible stuff on him at all. We'll just let him get away with that one, we think. But this is going to be his last chance to dance as well. So he needs to get around the track to be able to qualify into the sudden death eliminations. And let's hope that he can do that as we just see the vessel with Spider sitting on the bow just coming into the launch wrap. You can see Clem, one of the crew chiefs there, just having a look as we nearly run over our ramp supporter there. Shane just about getting whacked in the back of the head by a jet ski, albeit at very, very slow motion.
Mate, I'm just trying to get an update here too. One of the boats that hydraulic last night, evidently they've driven all the way to Adelaide. They got some bits. They waited for the shop to open to get those bits, and they've roared back and they reckon they're going to be in for qualifier 4. I've got to find out who that is.
That is very, very interesting news. Wonder if it might even be the Rogue, or it could be Spider Roberts, don't know. But while we've got the tractor pulls on, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you a quick joke. Mick walked into Paddy's barn and saw Paddy dancing in front of a tractor. And Mick says to Paddy, "Paddy, what are you doing?" Paddy says, "Well, me mate, me and the missus haven't been getting along very well lately, and the therapist recommended I do something sexy to a tractor." Yes, the jokes are no bloody good, but the racing is red hot, don't you worry about that. We are now going to go qualifying round number 4. The final chance for these competitors to qualify. So this is always an interesting time of the day. Ivan Safranek will be coming off the trailer. Chris Uren will be doing the navigational duties. So this is their last opportunity to qualify. Let's hope they at least get the rotation right. That is all important. The channels are numbered on the track map prior to the start of the meeting. The drivers and navigators are given that, and they expect to go around the numbers absolutely spot on and correctly. So this is a Stinger hull. You notice this boat sits very, very high in the water, intrinsic of the Stinger style of a racing hull. So Ivan seems to be going okay there at the moment with Chris, although we've said that last time and then he ended up parking it up on the beach. So I've been told from the other people up at the commentary tower here not to be providing the commentator's curse. Ivan at the moment needs to, he's going all right at the moment, certainly not at a breakneck speed. He's still on the right track rotation, so this is looking okay. Just easing around here, mate. Just easing into there. You can see Chris, the navigator. He put the big mitt right out in the front of Ivan, the driver there. Just stuck it right out there. And certainly left Ivan with no doubt as where he needed to go. Get around this one. Don't get it up onto the barrels. Ivan is going to qualify. Well done to Ivan. His first rotation of the day. It's his second ever race meeting, so a rookie through and through, and got through there very nicely indeed. That'll build his confidence, because normally we go into a top 12 into a top 6, and I dare say that the way that the attrition rate is running through the both categories of boats that we have here today. It's going to be an all-in for the first part of the eliminations. Ben Hathaway now coming off the trailer. Ben Hathaway is the fastest man in the Group A category with a 52.889. He is far and away the quickest man in the Group A category. He's some 4 seconds in front of his nearest competitor. Lisa Ops is sitting in the silly seat, the navigator's chair. So Ben has just been absolutely hammering it beautifully all day, and we are going to see some very exciting runs from this man. This is his last qualifying run. Just to make sure that the engine tune is spot on, that the boat setup is spot on. Oh, he's gone wide. He hit the bank on the way coming back towards commentary, and I'll tell you what, he was very lucky to get away with that. Maybe a little bit of damage to the underneath of the boat, although the way he's driving it, you wouldn't think it. He's driving it like it's a rental. So Ben Hathaway, 36 on the split. That's a pretty good time right there. So now into the latter part of this lap. Ease it down through the washing machine now. Open it up, stretch the legs of the weapon. Ben Hathaway, 53.744. And he has gone slower than he did previously. And I dare say that was when he got the boat up on the bank in the centre part of the track, heading back towards commentary earlier in the lap. That will have cost him plenty of time.
Mate, just here with Ivan. Katana, mate. Finally, you got the lap in you've been looking for.
Yeah, finally. It's been good. It's been a long time coming today. It's been dragging on forever, and we've made a few mistakes. We picked up a bit of plastic in the pump in the last one. It is what it is. That's racing, isn't it?
Mate, you had to straighten out the bottom a little bit, improve the boat no end.
Oh, yeah, it actually turned into the corner and stuck. So it's good now. We thought we'd made a driver error, and it seemed like it was a little bit of the hull. Not that I'm saying it's not my fault.
And the crew are pretty happy too, because they reckon you'll be easier to hang out with you now that you got a lap in. So good on you, mate.
Jody Eli now in the Rampage machine. Blaz doing the navigational duties for GM Motorsport and a rib shift. So Jody still chasing that elusive top step of the podium. Oh, geez, that crosswash coming out of the Spitwater roundabout, causing Jody Eli and the Rampage machine quite a bit of problem. Second time in a row he's had trouble getting out of the roundabout on the commentary side of the course. Oh, eased it out coming into the right hand and got the boat set up. Now down the back straight, coming into the split timing loop here. The time around about a 38, so he's off the pace of where Ben Hathaway was by a significant amount. So Jody and Blaz really going to have to get a bit of a hurry on here. So Jody came into this round in P3. So Jody Eli, ELY with a 57.572.
Just here with Ben Hathaway in weapon, mate, just back on the trailer. I just got to say, that was a moment.
Yeah, funnily enough, she felt better that one.
You reckon you can use the bank, gained you extra time, eh?
Yeah, just cut a few corners, mate, it always helps.
It was a bit of a bump, and we all went, but you came off and you were back in and away.
Yeah, plan C worked out that time, mate.
Good on you, Ben.
All right, Paul Kelly now in boat number 40, winding his way up to the start chute. So Paul Kelly, his best time was actually during a sponsors ride, which doesn't count. So Paul Kelly, Matt Gow doing the navigation duties, PK Auto and Marine Electrical, the Stingray hull, the big Anaconda onto the bow, the orange Anaconda into the Spitwater roundabout. Gee, I tell you, the Stingray's really getting out of that roundabout quite nicely for this particular vessel. PK, the auto electrician from Queensland, into the washing machine, throwing up plenty of dirty water. This water was beautifully clean at the start of the day, certainly not now. So into that split there, that was a 38, so he's around the time that Jody Eli posted. In fact, 0.4 seconds quicker than Jody Eli. So PK will be pretty happy with this if he knew about what was going on. He's not interested in the time at the moment. He just wants to get the machine around the course through the line with a 55.895. Puts himself into P2. 2.1 seconds slower than Ben Hathaway and 1.7 seconds quicker than Jody Eli in the Rampage. So these boats, this is their last qualifying run across the both classes that we are running here today. The International Group A 400 and roughly a 400 cubic engine, carbureted, and a few engine restrictions, and of course then the Unlimited, which is exactly as it says. You can stick any motor into these boats you like, providing it's safe and run on methanol and you're away. The Group A boats run on avgas and still produce around about the 650 to 700 horsepower. So, Too Obsessed is the name of this boat. It is Brett Thornton. It is Lynn Thornton. So, reigning Australian champions, this pairing from Hervey Bay, Queensland. Oh, he's all over the shop. He's clipped a barrel at the top end of the track. The boat he's just got a little bit of deep into that corner up there. Hopefully, he won't let this bother him. He'll just put that behind him, keep moving forward. I suppose if you move backward, it's not going to work too well, is it? So, Brett Thornton at the moment, a little bit off and on the accelerator, a bit unlike Brett. So probably not having his best run at the moment. The split, where's it going to be? It's going to be a 38.115. So he's in fact quicker than PK. So not the smoothest of lap at the moment for Brett Thornton, but certainly carrying the momentum, carrying the speed, and the time of a 55.612 puts himself into P2.3. quicker than Paul Kelly and 1.8 slower than the leading driver in the Group A of Ben Hathaway. You got PK down there, Chris.
Yeah, I have, mate, and don't worry, he nearly broke his neck there watching that time, and I won't say what he said, but Paul, that was a tidy run. You'd have to be happy with that, and there were absolutely no moments. You look good.
Yeah, mate, it was excellent. We're stoked. We finally got the boat where it needs to be, and the driver even better, so we just got to get this guy next to us. This old guy keeps catching us all the time.
Oh, mate, keep working on him.
Thanks, bud.
All right, got some information after Brad Marsden does his run with Mark Oakley in the Transformers machine. Brad Marsden just sort of been sneaking up on it. Hasn't really been setting the world on fire at the moment, but he does have the track rotation down absolutely spot on in his mind now. Well, theoretically anyway. And starting to get a bit of a boogie along. Brad Marsden sort of around the 65-second region, but certainly going a bit quicker now. So pretty smart driving. If you can bring that down into the high 50s for this lap, it should set him up beautifully for the sudden death eliminations. So Brad Marsden really does want to bring this down a bit. He'll need to open it up a little bit if he's going to get anywhere where he needs to be to feature at the end of the day at the right end of the field. He's down on the split some 2 odd seconds. So, but certainly going a lot better than he has previously. The boat looking pretty smooth out there at the moment. Oh, he's, as I said, smooth. He's nearly thrown it out. And the Transformers vessel, Brad Marsden, across the line. He has gone sub 60. He'll be happy with that with a 59.265.
Just here with Brett Thornton in obsessed, sorry. Mate, great little run, but obviously a little bit of rivalry between you and Paul Kelly and Zero Racing. He nearly broke his neck as he was watching the clock. You bipped him by 0.2 and he went F.
Oh, geez, well, that's always good. Yeah, well, I'm missing the islands, but I'm getting the buckets now, so...
Yeah, you did bring up a bit of dirt in that one.
Yeah, oh, well, anyhow, got to get through the wet stuff.
All right, mate, so we're looking forward to seeing you and Paul battle it out for the rest of the one because he is hell-bent on beating you.
Good on you, mate. See you.
How good's that? He's missing the islands. He's now hitting the barrels. Can I provide a little bit of advice to you, Brett? Try to miss the islands and the barrels. if you can do both at one time, it'll probably be all right. The news that we heard about earlier was Julianne Shanks, the navigator for Aaron Hansen, number 3 in the world in the unlimited class. The Kiwis, after hydraulicking the boat last night during the practice session, they sunk the boat and got up on the barrels and then nosedived and put plenty of water into the engine. So Julianne and one of Spider's crew drove to Adelaide this morning, waited for the shop to open and drove back. Now the guys, the pit crew down there, are looking at it all now and are going to make a call as to whether Spider is going to have a crack in his boat or in Daryl Hutton's boat. So that's news just to hand, ladies and gentlemen, in the unlimited class. This is Group A with Mark Garlick. Rachel Parsons doing the navigational duties, and Garlow, his last run was an absolute shocker. It was bouncy, it was porpoising, it was about as smooth as a cheese grater. This is looking like a much better run, but now we're going to start getting the tough tack hull into all of the crosswash, into the pressure waves that are coming down the track. And this is where it gets exciting. All the boat porpoising out of that right-hander. You certainly don't want to be doing that. Smooth is fast, and fast is smooth. Garlow into the left-right combination. Oh, just puts the bow of the boat right across that island. 38.238. He's in the mix for where he wants to be. Now Garlow into the run home. Rachel Parsons, the navigator, you can see her very, very animated. Garlow 55.193 into P2. So Garlow, after having the boat bouncing terribly last time, really had it a lot more settled that time and puts himself into P2. So he'll be pretty happy with that run.
Problem on the pits here, mate. Greg Harriman in pink boots. The starter motor's not engaging, mate. We're just getting that horrible tinkle sound as starter motor's not meshing with the bell gear.
You know what I'd suggest to them, Chris? Tell them to put on a pair of flippers and push start it.
That'll be the go, mate. Have to do a bit of kicking.
Yeah, might have to turn one of those particular vessels over, but that's the way it goes. Hopefully they can just do something down there.
Got the big shifters out now, mate.
Yes, the gentle persuader, hey. The shifter always works to belt everything when you don't have a hammer at hand. So Garlow just up onto the trailer now. Justin Roylance in the Spitwater vessel can see a couple of the unlimited vessels down on the water as well. The safety crew just doing a little bit of track maintenance out there. We'll just take a short break, throw a little bit of music on. We'll be back in just a second.
Just here with Mark. Just got back in grumpy. Mate, that was a pretty tidy run.
That was much nicer. It's amazing when the jet unit's clean.
You know, the old boat, she's looking good.
Yeah, it's feeling all right. It's a little bit choppy out there, but it's all good.
A couple of the boys that are competing against you walked down and just said, the cagey old bugger. He's just going to creep up and he's going to nail us at the end.
No, do the whole paddock, do we?
Mate, you got him worried. On your grump.
Because this track is so tight on that part of it, it's so easy to really not show.
Definitely got problems with the pink pink boots, mate.
But we're coming into the final. So
and we got Spitwater. Spitwater's having its problems as well. So 2 boats on the ramp at the moment, Cavi, that are being awkward.
Next qualifying run, send that way to fight. Try close up, lose, get a roll over. Yeah, makes sense.
Outlaw, the Spitwater boat is happening, Cavi, so we're going racing.
All right, so yes, Justin Roylance coming off the trailer now. And Roylo just making his way to the start line. So this will need to be a pretty good one. Roylo's last trip around the track saw him with a 58. He wants to get well down. Remember that Ben Hathaway's posted a 52 or thereabouts. So it is Justin Roylance in the Spitwater going around the namesake island, the Spitwater roundabout. Will really open up the apex into the right-hander just in front of commentary. So Roylo just feathering that accelerator a little bit, getting into these tight and tricky little bits and pieces, so probably just feeling his way around there like a blind man at an orgy would do, but Roylo, the machine. Peter Hodge doing the navigational duties, the split a 40, so well down on where he preferred to be. Some of these boats on that left-right-hand combination coming out of commentary are really starting to take the biscuit a fair bit, just starting to shave the islands. So Roylo, Spitwater now across the line and a 59, 537 in fact went slower than his last time out, so probably not the best we've seen from Roylo thus far.
A lot of bounce coming into that boat that time through the middle, and that was pretty jumpy. So maybe made a few changes that haven't worked for him.
Yeah, so this is the tough thing with these boats, and you always got these guys that are tinkerers, and as soon as you start tinkering, you actually might take away from the preferred or the better setup. So, and quite often that does happen. Plenty of changes can occur. So, all right, we are now going unlimited method sucking monsters. Tony Gustozzi and Damien O'Leary now shooting off the start line. Gustoz, at his last time out, had an off-track excursion. His B-drive, Mick Carroll, had an off-track excursion. Lost Gustoz in the big washing machine roundabout there. Plenty of water straight up into the commentary tower. Gustoz absolutely flying. Oh, he made it a lot wider that time out. That was where he got stuck last time, the last lap that he did. So he certainly learnt from that mistake. Gustoz around that sharp right-hander. Now open it up, coming through the split time. The split is a 35.308. That is a really good split. So Gustoz now in the latter part of this lap, ease it down across the top part of the track there. Open it up down the back straight through the split time. Gustozzi with a 52.234. Great run from Tony Gustozzi. He will be very, very happy with that.
Just here with Justin Roylance, mate, in Outlaw. Just getting his gear off, but Justin, I don't know, from where I was standing, maybe a bit frustrating. Boat developed a bit of a bounce through the middle there, and you just couldn't get it to sit down.
The driver developed the bounce, mate. They just got a little bit ambitious in a couple of spots again. It's all good. We'll get there.
No, mate, as soon as you get down the back here and you open it up, the boat. Navigator, mate.
Yeah, it's always a Navi's fault.
All right, we are now going, sorry to cut off there, we're about to go Ted Sagitas, 360degreebolt.com, launching off the line, Braden Munro. So Teddy, big Ted Sagitas, he's all about his elbows and certainly wrestles this boat around. It's interesting to watch the same boat controlled by the two brothers, Derek Finesses. Ted just throws it. Looking for the channel, had a bit of a double look into there, found it, moving on with the business now. So Teddy Sagitas out on the water at the moment, just easing it back through that back part of the track. So on the split, a 36.671. So really going to have to get a hurry up when you got Gustoz down at the 35. So Teddy just easing it out in the top part of the track. We've seen plenty of them do it. Oh, knifed it in towards a finish, 53.719 into P2, 1.4 seconds behind Tony Gustozzi. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out the Facebook page for times, photos and onboard footage, go to facebook.com/V8 Superboats for all of that information. Plenty of information also on the v8superboats.com.au website, so check it all out now as the Maniac with TJ Tremaine Dukes at the helm. TJ has had a bit of an up and down sort of day. The last time he posted was a 50.430 or thereabouts. Fonzie Mullen has gone into the 49s. That's where TJ will want to go now. Twin Turbo Fury in the Maniac. Some 1,400 horsepower available to TJ. Now this boat is absolutely sensational. Or TJ just gives it a little bit of a squirt. 9.5-inch jet unit, the biggest jet unit operating in the world of a V8 jet, sprinting right around the world. So the Stingray hull, it has more snot than a 2-year-old with a cold. This thing has power. TJ doesn't look to be pushing it too hard at the moment, but the split is a 34.611, and that is a ripping time. He doesn't look to be overdriving it at all. Ease it out, open it up, squeeze it. TJ with a 50.567. Great run from TJ, 0.1 slower than he was last time out.
Just got Teddy, just stepped out of Frankenstein, mate. Tell us about that run.
Yeah, it's going really well. The boat's handling well. Just having a problem with those flip-flops. You go through there 3 times. We're just losing a bit of time through there. But it's only qualifying. We're 4th at the moment. When it comes to the top 12 to the top 6, look out.
Wind her up. Good on you, Ted.
Great work, Teddy. Okay, Daryl Hard Nuts Hutton now, Victorian American Imports. We know that this boat has been bouncing, bobbling and not handling very well at all. What have the team from Victoria done to sort this out? This boat produces an enormous amount of horsepower, some 1,200 horsepower when it's at full song. It's gone. Daryl Hutton stuck it up on the beach. And he stuck it up on the beach again 2 times. I'll tell you what, Nutsy, next time you're going out, mate, you might want a towel and an umbrella. You're spending that much time on the beach. All right, so Helpy's on its way as well. Wow, Daryl Hutton is having a nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of luck going on in that team for this particular round, and well, Nutsy will be very disappointed with that. Mick Parry, the navigator there. Victorian American Imports, Phoenix Lubricants, Shaw's Ropes, Wimmera Mallee Waste, Frex Refrigeration, and ANC Forestry. Nutsy, a former river racer in New Zealand, and was number 2 in the World Series in 2009, was a 2006 World Series champion, and in 2009-2010 was the Australian Unlimited champion, and well, he's not having a great weekend of it. Chris, have you got TJ down there?
Yeah, I'm Nutsy. He's frustrated, mate. He just cannot get that horsepower down to the track, so yeah, don't know where he's going to head. Got TJ here. Just having a look under the boat there, mate. What'd you do? Did you bump something?
Rubbins racing, mate. Those blue drums give a little bit of a knock up the top. But
I agree, mate. If you ain't knocking them, you ain't racing, are you?
Yeah, we don't like to do that at those speeds. Kind of, I'm not sure whether it's the jet or your bum that pulls you back to the water when that happens.
No, mate, 50.25, so right on the button, and just, mate, I'm watching it. It's easily the smoothest boat out there.
No, I appreciate it. We've still got some little tinkering issues with the motor. Obviously, you can't go wide throttle on them. It's 1,300 horsepower, so we don't want to be visiting the crowd over the fence, so we'll just try and get it right for this track. We're very close. Try and steer around the blue barrels next time, and we'll pick up a bit more.
That's it, mate, and it's all about the laps that are yet to come, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it's all about the fun, isn't it? So I hope everyone's having a good time. It's about to get real very shortly, top 12.
Good on you, Fons. Jesus, TJ.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Chris, you might want to duck that one. You might have got a backhander pretty quickly.
I've never seen TJ turn around so quickly.
I'll tell you what, I can't believe the bloke can move that quickly at all. Hey, we'll take a short break and we'll effect the rescue of Daryl Hutton and Mick Parry. Ladies and gentlemen, give Nutsy and Mick a round of applause.
But yeah, even if I just get the yellow boat, it won't really be different angles. How wide is it? Yeah. Because I could do... Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, we tried to do yellow hut is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alright.
You should be over here to upload.
Is it doing photos or videos? Oh yeah, I don't really well.
Yeah, no, but he does.
Alright, yeah. Who did you say had the slow mo camera? Him. Oh, so he did.
But
Okay. Oh. Well, if I can get my hands on it also, it's not then. I'm shooting at 50 anyway, so I can at least slow it down. That's sort of, well, that's as much as this camera can do, so I'm like, oh, and at least it's something.
All right, we're going to go back racing again. I'll tell you what, Daryl Hutton at the moment, he's having about as much luck as a bald guy who just won a hairbrush. I'll tell you, he's not going well for him at all, but we are now going to go Paul Burgess style racing. Matt Foote is doing the navigational duties. Burjo has been having a lot of trouble keeping this boat exactly where he wants. Now he's starting to dial up the wick. 1100 horsepower, 412 cubic inch supercharged engine, the man from Canberra. Really getting onto it now. Been around the sport for about 25 years. And this is another very, very old hull. The jet unit just slipping a little bit, not the riding palace in there, I dare say. You heard him put his foot got into it, and it just fizzed the water. It didn't seem to have any traction. All very sharp on that right-hander, knifed it in there a little bit. That'll send the navigator's head bobbling around a fair bit. You might want a decent neck race on Burjo, now starting to wind it up. That's his best split with a 40.207. Got himself into trouble around the left-right in front of commentary. That could have gotten all ugly in a big hurry. Burjo kept on it, got out of it. Now opening it up down the back. Oh, this is ragged edge racing from Burjo, and that's his best time of the 59.602. So Paul Burgess, he will be pretty happy with that one. He's gone some 2 seconds quicker. The boat just bouncing and bobbling and just not handling well at all. But Kayla Foot, the wife of Matt Foot, who's doing the navigation in that particular boat, very happy. She was jumping around up and down on the ramp there. Pretty excited about the whole deal. So always good to see the family and the loved ones celebrating somebody coming back to the trailer. All right, Nigel Johnson, the man from WA at the helm. He hasn't had it all his own way here. He's had a couple of off-track excursions. He's been bumping tyres and barrels and islands and all sorts of things. Michelle Johnson is doing the navigational duties. 800 horsepower. Nigel Johnson, not that quick out of the blocks. He really needs to get his head settled. Really needs to work out this track a lot better than he has. There is obviously an issue there. There is obviously an issue. Nigel Johnson will take that straight back to the trailer. So that is a very disappointing end to that run from the man from WA. Chris Kent, you got Paul Burjo down there.
Just here with Paul. Paul, you've got to be happy with that one. You improved it by 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. We've just got to get another couple out of the next one.
All right, mate, and still one hell of a handful down through the middle and down the end there, isn't it?
It is, but it's getting better. It's just getting a little bit wider.
Getting a bit wide, maybe get a bit quicker too. You reckon that the boat's sucking down a bit better? And
yeah, you can go a little bit quicker because it's a little bit wider now than what it was first thing this morning. So yes, just going to give it a heap on the next one.
All right, mate. Looking forward to seeing another couple come off.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we're just now having a look down there. Looks like Hugh Gilchrist in the Pink Boots Foundation vessel down there, the Group A boat. He's getting ready for his run. Fonzie Mullen down there in the yellow boat, the Ramjet machine. So, hey, Chris, can you hear me?
Mate, yes, mate.
Hey, what sits on the lawn and is Irish?
Look if I know, Cavi.
Patio furniture.
Oh, Jesus. Mate.
Hey, I've also got a fear of elevators, but I've been taking steps to avoid it.
Right, I got Nigel Johnson here, mate. West Australian. Mate, brought her home early. What happened?
Yeah, I got no power and a bit of vibration, so I think we might have dropped the silver.
No, really, mate. One hell of a long way to come to do that.
No, we'll go and have a look and do a check over it and see what. Hopefully, it's something simple. But yeah, just had nothing there.
All right, mate. Fingers crossed for you.
All right, that's disappointing for Nigel Johnson, but at the moment, Fonzie Mullen won't be worried about that. The fastest man on the track, the alley man to go sub 50, qualifying for Fonzie Mullen. Absolutely launching this boat off the line into the Spitwater roundabout now. That crosswash that has been catching so many other people and getting the boats unsettled. Fonzie doesn't even worry about that as he throws about 1,000 litres of water onto the commentary tower windows, just trying to find a sweet spot here to see how he's going out on track. And, well, if I can't see out the commentary tower, I wonder how Fonzie's going. The big spray just wafting across the track, getting him right in the visor. Kelsey Gill, the navigator, she'll be sitting on her hands. Oh, Fonzie a little bit hesitant there. A little bit of a duck and a dive. The split was a 33. So this is going to be quick. It's going to be very quick. Fonzie, 49.145. So Fonzie Mullen has gone quick time again. some 0.1 seconds quicker than he did last time out, so that is a cracking run. Fonzie taking it to the rest of the field at the moment. So we are now going to see Hugh Gilchrist in his fourth qualifying run, and this will be his last chance to dance. Well, this could be Greg Harriman. We'll get back to you.
I reckon that's Greg Harriman.
So this boat, they had a starter motor issue, and they were under the timers. The watchful eye of the race director. They only get a certain period of time in which to be able to get the boat back on track. So this is going to make it very, very difficult. Oh, Harriman's taken it wide, got up on the dirt, bogged it down. He nearly due to the snatch strap to get out of that one. So Harriman out on track at the moment, bogged it down again. I tell you, he's spent there like magnets, those blue barrels, just sucking them in absolutely everywhere at the moment. And Harriman having a bit of a nightmare of a run, I've got to say. Pink Boot Foundation boat, well, it's been up on the dirt a couple of times today. It's been the wrong way. It's had all sorts of dramas going on with it. And Greg Harriman, he won't be overly joyed with that particular lap, but he got it home okay with a 62 dead. Now that was rough.
Did you say rough?
Rough.
That was rough. But I reckon.
And Harriman has just parked it up on a little bank just in front of commentary as well. He's done that a couple of times so far today.
He's not bad at hitting everything there is out there.
Yeah, geez, I tell you what. And the frustration, he doesn't want any help. He's just going, you know what? No, I'm going to get it off myself.
He's going to dig his own channel.
I'll tell you what, he has dug his own channel. So I wonder how the rocks going through the grill and through the stator and through the impellers there are going to make that boat handle now. So, yeah, very interesting run there. Geez, I tell you, as you said, Chris, Greg Harriman has been bouncing this boat off absolutely everything out there. The only thing he hasn't hit at the moment is the hay and the commentary tower. So, actually, I shouldn't have said that, should I? So, Greg Harriman with the Pink Boots Foundation taking that boat back up onto the trailer now. Got Excalibur, he's on the ramp, as well as the 360degreebolt.com vessel. So we'd like to thank Agnew Drilling, Aussie Farmers Group, Central Header Parts, CMV Truck Sales, Lion Nathan, Limestone, Coast Earth Movers, Farmers, Centre Proprietary Limited, Diesel Performance Solutions, Matson Motors, Neil's Parts Australia, Spitwater, proudly bringing you the first ever V8 Superboats in Keith. We'd also like to thank the South East Car Brokers, JCB Construction Equipment Australia, and the plethora of other sponsors of all tiers who've really come together in such a great community spirit to put this event on. And it is just getting bigger and bigger each and every year, and I do know that as far as the jet sprinters are concerned, we are absolutely privileged to be involved here. Chris, who have you got down there on the ramp?
I've just grabbed Greg Harriman out of Pink Boots. Mate, if nothing else, you're bloody entertaining.
It's quite incredible. You've only got to go off track on one of them and, geez, it just throws you out. So I think I've bent another fin there on that first one. So it's
starting to run low on fins now?
Yeah, I've flattened 2 locks now, so we'll just get the big hammer out.
Nah, good one, mate, and I know you're going to bloody well get around there clean soon.
Yeah, we've got to get in that 12 and see how we go from there. Got to get forward.
Righto, mate.
Gee, I reckon it's going to make it very interesting now to get Hugh into that boat for his B drive in this final qualifying round. So this will now be Mick Carroll from Perth. We call him Stratosphere. He has sent this boat skyward over the years. And Mick Carroll, one of the most exciting drivers in the V8 Superboat series right around the world. Last time out he parked it up on the beach. Let's hope then he can try to avoid that this time. Into the Spitboard roundabout for Mick Carroll. The exit out of that roundabout was absolutely spot on. Daniel Kelly doing the navigational duties. And Mick Carroll knifed it coming back towards commentary. Would have lost a lot of time there. So Mick Carroll now at the top part of the track, into this sharp right hand to go to the far side of the track now. Lines it up, seems to be not pushing the boat too hard, not looking too ragged at the moment. A 35 on the split time. Fonzie Mullen was down into the 33s. Mick Carroll won't be too upset with that at all. Well, lost him in the spray at the point, the top part of the track there. Mick Carroll, Excalibur, at a 52.091. Mick Carroll will be wrapped with that, puts him into P3 at this point. Fonzie Mullen with a 49.14. Tremaine Dukes with a 50.56. Mick Carroll, that man, with a 52.09. So good run there from Mick Carroll. He didn't look to be pushing it too hard either, Chris.
No, mate, he looked pretty comfy actually, which I was probably a little surprised at the time there. I didn't think it was that quick, but that's often what happens. A smooth run looks a bit slower, but they're quick. And just that last run when he went off, wasn't a flame out. It was, there's evidently a fair chunk of water behind the barrels over there, and he went the wrong side, thinking he was going the right way.
Oh, right, okay. So he went on where the track wasn't. And we've just had a big crash in commentary. We've just got to go to Derek Sagitas. Some of the computers been blown and thrown out of the... Derek Sagitas out on track at the moment. Mitch Malthouse, one of your local blokes here at Keith, taking the opportunity to do the navigational duties in the 360-degree bolt.com vessel. Frankenstein, the boys from Melton. So... Desi now into that right-hander, now into the washing machine, the white water. It almost looks like the surf coast up there at that part of the track. Now he's going to come and left there. This is where he'll open it up. Get that 510 cubic inch injected engine sorted out. Into the left-right combination. Went very well in there. Picked his lines absolutely spot on. Couldn't have picked his nose any better. Derek Sagitas on the split was a 35, got bogged down on the exit. Oh, Desi, and a 52.684. Desi Sagitas into P5, and still the battle between the brothers. Desi just keeps nudging Teddy out by about 1 second each and every time.
You may not have seen that, Cav, but he did most of that back straight on top of the barrels.
Oh, did he? I couldn't see anything, mate. There's that much water up the commentary tower window. I'm trying to see what's getting through the water there.
I got Mick here from Excalibur. He's got out. He's grinning. He was. You were a bit blown when you got out, Mick. You had to rest up against the boat and get the breath back, but got to be happy with that, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly underneath the bottom of the boat with those off-track excursions over the rocks, but it's still handling fine.
Yeah, no, it looked smooth that time. So often a smooth run, you'd think, 53 a bit slower, but. Yeah, you were pretty hot.
Oh, you got to have a crack.
Good on you, Mick.
All right, 3 boats left to run for this final qualifying round, and then we will be taking a break so that there's some other activities we can check out around the Keith Diesel and Dirt Derby. We'll be back at 3 o'clock here for the final, so it'll be top 12. Well, there's many boats that can make the top 12, which might be 8 in both classes, but we will give you those details. Then we'll go to top 6, and from there we will go to 3. And those 3 boats will race off to see who is going to end up on the podium. And I can guarantee you, you do not want to miss the finals, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the last chance. The second that you do it wrong, well, you're out. If you go the wrong way, you throw too much time on the clock, you're out. If you park it up on the bank, you're out. There are plenty of reasons these guys and girls just want to absolutely smash it. Don't worry about that. While they say they're not racing for sheep stations, bragging rights are way more important than sheep stations.
Just got Derek here, mate. Just stepped out of Frankenstein, mate. Most of that back straight when you were coming down, I reckon you're on top of the drums there.
I thought someone put speed humps down there to slow us down. I got around, sort of pushed me back in, got back on it, finished the run. Disappointed with the time, but Not bad.
Nah, not bad, mate. You're in there, that's for sure.
Thanks, buddy.
It's throwing, yeah, that'd be right, throwing speed humps down on the track.
If we're in New Zealand, that'd be judder bars. That's it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do. Geez, those Kiwis, those sheep enjoyers. Good people. Pretty funny.
So we've got a Hugh being backed in here in pink boots, mate. So let's hope Hugh can get around and do it clean.
Hey, what do you get when you cross the Atlantic in the Titanic? About halfway.
Yes, that is true, Cav. Pink boots here. We've still got a problem with the starter motor. They've had it out and they would have pulled it off and played with spacers, but sounds like it's still missing the ring gear, not engaging. So I'd say we've got Daniel coming out next in the Devo racing boat, mate.
Yeah, the Devo machine of Daniel Devoit and Vicky Burrell. This is an unlimited boat. Daniel Devoit putting the twin turbos on, so this is a new package for him. Plenty of horsepower available at his disposal now, and once all of a sudden you jump up some 500 horsepower, something along those lines, well, it's a fair bit of learning curve. The whole thing starts coming at you very quickly. Daniel Devoit has won Australian Championship in the past in the lower classes, now working out how to go about this and doing it very intelligently. Last time out, he stuck it up on the dirt, and you can see he's just gone out there very, very gently indeed. You want to put it back up on the dirt because, well, quite often when it's up on the dirt, it costs money. But I love the way that Vicky Burrell, the navigator, goes about her job. She's got the mitt right out there in front of him, and as she's coming towards commentary, I'm sitting there going, how can Daniel see a thing with that red hand right in front of his face? So, yeah, Daniel just very, very sneaking it around at the moment, tiptoeing through the tulips. Just easing through it. Right around to the left, the split is well out there. It's a 30, 40, 43 and plenty of change on that one at the moment. So we're not expecting this boat to break too many timing regulations. He's just gone the wrong way. Daniel Devoit didn't need to go down there. He needs to go left here and continue down the back straight. He's still got the wrong way, so Daniel Devoit has thrown it away. Yep, so Daniel Devoit will not be very happy with that. That will be considered a DNF. So, well, yeah, Vicky Burrell just put her hands over her face in sheer and utter disappointment with that particular run. But anyway, there's not much you can do about it. It has happened.
Hey, mate, why do men often die before their wives?
Oh, don't know, mate.
Because they want to.
That in so much trouble, and me for maybe laughing as well. Yeah, hey, I did notice though that women with big bums live longer than men who mention the women's big bums.
Yeah, no, I could go with that one.
So Daniel Devoit just poking the Devo machine up onto the trailer at the moment. Hugh Gilchrist in the Pink Boots Foundation vessel having a little bit of trouble with that starter motor as they have had throughout the day. The Pink Boots Foundation is a not-for-profit foundation owned and operated by the Gilchrist family. All funds go towards the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness and Research Centre. And every pair of boots purchased, they wear pink steel capped boots. Every $10 purchased is donated to help support women affected with breast cancer. So for more information, call 1300 979 916 or info@pinkbootshire.com.au. All right, so we've got Hugh Gilchrist. He's under the timer at the moment. The race controller is down there. The stopwatch is on, and you're only given 5 minutes from the time you're meant to be on the water to the time that you complete your lap, or get onto the water to start your lap, I should say. So there's a bit of an issue going on there. Chris, you've had a chat with Grant Burke, our race director. Any updates from there?
No, not at the moment, mate. We've got a ride of our life coming out in a minute. The winner of, everybody who purchased the ride. So I've got to get this right because I was told rather quickly, everybody who purchased a ride went into a draw. So the guy who won that draw is going out in Transformer in a minute. And I'll have a talk to our race organiser, see what's going on.
Yeah, it looks as though Glenn Spider Roberts is getting shoehorned into the Victorian American Imports boat of Daryl Hutton, and as we've said, Nutsy, he couldn't get a kick in a street fight the way he's going.
Got to go, mate.
All right, Hugh Gilchrist in the Pink Boots Foundation vessel. That is going. Hugh Gilchrist not having a great run of it throughout the course of the day either. So let's hope that he can post a time.
Yeah, we're running a little bit ahead of time, so the race organiser, he gave them a little extra time, and same with Nutsy and the other boat over there. They've got a couple of dramas too.
All right, Hugh needs to get this track direction right. He needs to get the boat back to the trailer with the rotation correctly and not park it up on the bank, because he has yet to qualify for the finals. So I would expect that the revs on this boat will not go much above about 3,500 revs, because he needs to be very quiet, he needs to be very calm, he needs to be very diligent, and he needs to get the rotation the right way. Otherwise he will be up on the trailer, and that will be the end of him for the day, and certainly that is not the way that he wants to go about his first ever race meeting at this key facility. And he's stuck it up on the bank, and he's gone the wrong way. So go down there. No, you're meant to be coming back this way there, Hugh. No, you've definitely gone the double wrong way now. Now you need to double back, but double back on the way that you doubled back to be able to get back to where you started. So, no, we probably might need some semaphore flags out there. Hugh has blown it, not unless he comes... No, he's... Oh, no. Oh, no, upside down, ladies and gentlemen. It hits the rev limiter. Bing, bang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
That's what we all race for, to join the Upside Down Club.
Yes, well, I dare say, Chris, that there's going to be a bit of Bob the Builder work going on with that boat, and we will not see Hugh Gilchrist any further on the course today. Hopefully they can get it sorted out so that Greg Harriman may continue. But, well, when you're upside down, that is... Look, it's hard on the dirt, but it's even harder on the dirt when you're upside down.
All the blood rushes to your head, you get a bit of a headbang, and it's not comfy.
No, well, maybe they're just getting a different perspective on the world.
Yeah, and some bad news just come to me here in the pits. The West Australian team are out. Got a bent push rod, which is a real pity, because a long way to come to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Nigel and Michelle Johnson were looking pretty good out there at certain parts throughout the day. Probably looking a little bit better last night during practice, to be fair. He nudged the tyres and the barrels a little bit, but, you know, you can always deal with that. But to have a bent push rod and throw yourself out of the contention for today's podium positions is absolutely tragical. So we will effect a rescue of the Pink Boots Foundation vessel, and we will be back in just a little bit. ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Spider Roberts now coming off the trailer. And let's hope that Spider can at least get this boat around the rotation this time, because this will be his last chance to be able to qualify into the eliminations. You get 4 opportunities to do it. Spider missed out in the 2 first qualifiers because his particular boat is lunched. And, well, Darryl Hutton said, here you go, mate, have a go in my boat. And even though this particular boat isn't running that well either, or handling as smoothly as we'd still like to see Spider getting into the eliminations. So Glenn Spider Roberts out there at the moment. He's sponsored by the Goodfellows, and Spider just having one of those weekends where jet sprinting does tend to bite you on the bottom fairly hard with a big set of gnashes from time to time. So Spider just needs to get this rotation right. Turn right there, mate. Yes, that is where we want you to go. Now to the far side of the track, because there are so many boats that have been breaking and falling out. He needs to get around here to be able to get into that elimination area. And you can't regress if you're not in the eliminations. So Glenn Spider Roberts, go left there, mate. Keep it in the water. This is a very smart drive for Spider. All he's got to do is get this boat home. Don't open it up here, mate. Just tickle it in under the line, and Spider Robert will actually progress into the finals with a 73. And purely and simply because there have been so many boats that have crashed or broken throughout the course of the day. So Spider has posted a time. So that is something for the man from Shepherd. Ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out qualifying rounds number 3 and 4. We will be back at 3 o'clock.
We got to ride of the life going out now, Cav, so might have a chat to him when he gets back. What do you reckon?
Absolutely, we need to do that. So this is a sponsors ride, ladies and gentlemen, from one of our very cool people at Spitwater. Brad Marsden doing the homework. So wonder how Brad's going to go on this run. His last run out, he actually posted his fastest time. And very funny, quite often you do see people in the ride of the drivers take somebody for a ride of their life and actually manage to post their fastest time, which counts to absolutely nothing. So Brad Marsden out there. Very smooth at the moment. He's young Bradley out there at the minute.
Yeah, he's driving a good run, this one.
Yeah, he's driving a lot slower. He's just nudged the barrels up there on the far side, I think, just a little bit. But, yeah, not too sure what the time was there. But not that it matters, because it was a sponsors ride. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back at 3 o'clock to go into our finals, top 12 or however many are left out of the both categories. Then we go from there down to 6 and from there to 3. It's a great opportunity to check out what else is happening around the track here at the Keith Diesel and Derby. Make sure you get to the bar. Plenty of drinks available up there, plenty of food around. I do know that the steak sandwiches brought to you by the Keith Motorcycle Association are absolutely second to none. So get up there, get a little bit of tucker, make sure you put on a little bit more sunscreen if you've forgotten to do that. Do not get dehydrated, that is my major call.
Yo. I just got the ride of the life. He's just come back, and I Somebody said, "What do you reckon of that, mate?" And I ain't going to say what you said, but you can put it in good English, can't you?
No, I won't do that. No, that was very good. Unreal.
So I haven't been in one before, and what were you thinking as the light went green?
Holy shit.
That's pretty honest. I like that. And first corner?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same, huh? Yeah. And do you reckon you took a breath on the way around?
Yeah, I did.
You did? And you're pretty calm, actually. You've done well. Must have been a good drive, Brett.
Like that we took last year where we tipped it us over 10 and got 3 pages in the paper.
No, you don't want to tell them about those ones. All right, mate. Well, you survived it by the sounds of things.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back at 3 o'clock for the finals. Don't miss it. This is the business end of the day. We will see you soon.